So before we get to this video, guys, I want to talk to you about foottrading.co.uk. I know a lot of you guys already know about foottrading.co.uk, but for those of you who don't, it's bigger and better than ever. This is a website that was created by myself and Dan, aka V273, where we brought together our knowledge of the market into one place. It's here to help you guys make coins. Essentially, we have free trading guides that anyone can read. You just need to sign up for an account, and you can read these free trading guides on special card trading, silver trading, and icon trading. It will help you, give you the tools you need to make coins in this game. For £10 a month, you get access to our buy and price spreadsheets. These have buy and sell prices for literally hundreds of cards on this market. The last update on this, we had 900 special cards plus on there with buying and selling prices. Every single profitable silver filter on this game is in our silver spreadsheet. A new update went live for that maybe 2 or 3 days ago. People are making huge amounts of coins from that. And yesterday's update from Icons had over 100 icons on there, again with buying and selling prices to guarantee you make profit. Thursday flips. These are little extra sort of tips you guys can do in terms of buying into players and selling them for weekend league, making big profit from those. And for £15 a month, gets you access to live filters. For essentially what this is some of the best filters on the game that we can find that not many people are using. You guys go out and snipe those players and make absolutely big profit out of it. We have guys making 3 to 5 million coins a week from this website alone, making huge profits. But yeah, so go check it out, whatever you do. We work really hard on it. Yesterday we updated it before the team of the seasons came out, and yeah, it was okay. And then we saw that the market come down, so we re-updated it again, literally 3 hours later, to make sure that our guys who are subscribed to the website are making as much profit as possible. So check out foottrading.co.uk for all your trading needs. But for now, let's get into the video. Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, please do consider subscribing down below, clicking the like button, all that good stuff. It is massively appreciated. As always, if you want to watch me do this stuff live, get advice, get help, tips, just talk to me. I don't know if lockdowns get you down, anything like that, come over to Twitch, click the link down below. It's honestly the best place to come to. You get to interact with me, other people in the community, and get far more help. !Discord in my Twitch chat gets you access to our Discord server. I see a lot of you commenting in the comment section recently asking about a Discord server. I have one, it's a very active one. There's over 800 people in there at the moment. And it's completely free to join. Like, anyone can join it at any point. The only rule we have is don't be a twat and you're fine. So come and join the Discord. Get help from people. People trading, people doing things like you. Get involved, join the Discord, all that good stuff. But this video, so a lot of you guys, a lot of you have subbed to the website, without being blunt. There's a lot of people that are subbed to the website making coins, and someone said to me it'd be really helpful if, even with the website and whatever it is, you could put together an icon trading video, because I've got 2-3 million coins now, and I want to learn to trade with icons. And right now, icons are quite good to trade with because the market is fluctuating up and down. Now, first thing to note about icons is a lot of people trade with icons because it's fashionable. Now, do I think it's the most profitable method in this game? Not in my opinion. If you've got a lot of coins, then it's worth your time to do icons rather than, for example, silvers. I'll always do silvers because I know I can make a lot of coins from them very quickly. But if you've got a lot of coins, and like, for example, if I liquidated everything down, I'm probably going to be in something in the region of my team plus 7 or 8 million liquid on top. And when you've got a lot of coins, you don't want to be having to buy bulk of stuff. So it's a lot easier just to trade with icons. But icons are the riskiest thing to trade with on the game because they tend to have the most value. Special cards, when we trade with special cards, I advise people to trade with them below 100k. With icons, you're not trading with that, but icons are more daunting than they seem. They're not as bad as everyone thinks they're going to be. So what I've done in this video is I've gone out and I've bought icons today. It's Sunday. The best days to trade with icons are, in my opinion, Sundays and Mondays. That's when the market tends to be lower in them, and throughout the week they sort of tend to come up bit by bit into weekend league. The only variable to this, and you must know this is important, is on a Wednesday at the moment, it seems like we're getting on a Wednesday, we get guaranteed packs, and icons tend to take a big hit at that point and climb back up again. It is a risk. Holding on to icons for too long is a massive risk. So in my opinion right now, look for quicker flips and things like that, sort of trying to sell within 24 hours so you're limiting your risk as much as possible. But Sunday, Monday are the 2 best days I think for trading icons. That's just my personal opinion. Now, when we talk about icons and trading with icons, I think people sort of think it's about sniping them up straight away and then sending them back straight away. And it's not always that. It's about looking for market changes. It's about looking for how the market comes up and comes down, comes up, comes down. Now, I'm going to show you an example of some of the players that I bought. I'm going to show you the main filter that I use on Xbox. It's the same filter you can use on PS. But for example, I'm going to look at these SCNs first, the 2 that I picked up. Now, they're both on the market for 240 and 241, listed for 12 hours. We'll talk about listing in a minute. But I picked this one up for 205. I think I've just sold one, to be fair. Have I just sold an icon? Or I sold a Son? I don't know what I just sold. No, it was one of the icons I bid on. I picked them up for 205 and 210, I believe, for these 2 guys. Now I'm listing them for 240 and I will sell them for 240. 240 comes underneath 228, so I'm looking at about 18,000 on one and 23,000 on the other. Now, what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to show you the cards we've bought and the prices we bought them for. I'm going to go over a little bit of football and show you that, and then I'm going to try and show you them again once they've sold. So once the cards have sold themselves, I'm going to try and show you the profit we've made from the cards so you get an idea of what we've done. But for example, 205 on this SCN and 210. Now, if I compare price on this SCN, if I go and find SCN on the market, we'll look at 87 SCN initially. Let's go to SCN. And his 87 cards. Now, at the moment on the market, he has one for... I'm going to buy that. Going to buy that. Don't do what I've just done, whatever you do. But they're good buys. They're really good buys. 206, 216. SCN is one of the best cards for trading with, in my opinion, on this console because he fluctuates like absolute mad. He fluctuates, like, he varies greatly. I'm tempted to buy this one as well. I'm really tempted to buy this one as well, but I don't want too many of them. But at the moment on the market, he's 206, between 206 and 216 there. You've just seen it. So I've just picked up two more. Now, do not buy four of the same card like I have unless you know what you're doing. But I'm relatively confident in these selling because I sell these all the time. So I'm going to sell them for 242. And just make sure when you're listing them up, if you get more than one card, you don't list them all at the same price. List them at different prices. We're going to go 243. Now, you're probably looking at SCN and going, well, why are you buying them for that? Because if you sell them for 216 or 206, after tax, I'm taking a 5% hit. So I'm looking at about something in the region, about 10k coming off the price of those cards, right? So there's no profit there. However, icons fluctuate massively. The market in general on FIFA fluctuates. So at certain points in the day, it's more expensive, and certain points in the week, it's more expensive. So as a general rule, I've told you guys this before, but we'll go over it. Earlier in the week, the market's at its lowest point. So Sunday evening, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the market tends to be at its lowest. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it rises up into weekend league and then comes back down again. Imagine it like a scale on the week. Round up, and back down again. And then round up, and back down again. That's what you've got to think about. What you need to do is you need to go to Footbin and have a little look at SCN. So I'm going to show you Footbin now. And this is SCN here, right? Now this is his graph from the 19th of April till now. And he was around like sort of 323 there. I'm going to get rid of the PS price because we're looking at Xbox right now. The same thing applies on PS. 339, he drops down on the Monday to 290. Weekend league comes, he climbs back up again to 307. He then steadily drops down until Thursday this week, where at Thursday he was 241 before weekend league get up to 270. Now we look at his hourly graph. This is important. His hourly graph for Saturday, 280, 300, 255, 300, 250, go to today. Why is it showing me PS again? I've just turned PS off. Then today, for example, again, PS off. Thanks, Footbin, for being annoying. Then today, for example, 233, 248, got high to 268, came back down again. He's been around 235 all day, okay? Now, the reason why he's getting so cheap right now and why Sunday is so good for it is because it's weekend league sell-off. We're currently in weekend league sell-off. So that means that cards like him get listed off en masse. People want to clear their teams out and you can pick up good deals. Now that 206 there is still a very good deal. Even the 216 to some degree, you're probably late in the week selling for a bit more, but I don't want to hold for too long. And so you're looking for the fact that at some point tonight, or some point in the next couple of days, he's going to get back towards the 260 mark. Between 235, 268, I'd say the middle point. Find the middle ground, but for me, it's Sunday. His price is probably going to be about 235 to 245 in my opinion, so I listed him at 240. And that gives me an idea, okay, cool. That's where he's been recently. That's what his price really is normally. It's obviously impacted at the moment a little bit because of TOTW'S. But if you're buying as low as 199 on an SCN, you're probably not going to lose coins. Even if I send for 230, I'm still looking at something in the region of about, again, give or take 20,000 coins profit per card. And that's essentially how you have to work with icons. Now, things to note about icons. The market is most expensive overnight. And that is why my cards are listed for 12 hours. I'm going to be going off this game in a minute. And so my cards get listed up for overnight listings because a lot of the world, Europe's asleep, people aren't awake. So you want to say overnight, I'm talking about overnight European time. So from about 10 p.m. European time until about 6 p.m. European time, the market tends to steadily rise overnight before coming down during the day as more people come on the game, then back up again, etc., etc., etc. But it's important to know that you can flip them. Sometimes you get a really good deal on an SCN, you can flip it within an hour or two. Other times it's like, okay, cool, well, I'm going to list this for overnight. And I always buy to list for overnight. Now, another card I want to look at right now is... What's another good one to show you? I'm going to show you the price of all of these cards eventually anyway. Let's look at Schmeichel maybe. That's an lounge up there for 145. Look at Schmeichel for 110. So we get an idea for Schmeichel. And one thing that's important to note about this as well, it's so important to know, is your market knowledge grows. So you might look at Footbin, sometimes Footbin isn't correct, just be warned. Sometimes Footbin isn't right. And it's the prices can use an average, and you know for actually into fluctuations he sells for 130. You start to learn that bit by bit and bit more. As time goes on, you start to go, actually, I know my prices on these cards, I know where they get to, I know what they're doing, and I go from there basically. So, let's look at Schmeichel. This is today's price of Schmeichel. So 130 earlier on, 133, dip right down to 110, which is what I picked that one up for. Climbed to 130 before an average of 105, which was at 5 o'clock today. Again, that probably would have been one or two that were listed that price. Look at yesterday, which is Saturday. 169, 148, steadily came down as the day at the end of Saturday comes on. People send their weekendly teams that have finished it. 130 before climbing up towards overnight for 140. Friday, Schmeichel again, 150, 134, 141. And so when I'm picking up that Schmeichel, I'm picking up with that in mind again. The fact that he's going to fluctuate, and 110 is cheap on him. I know that's a very low price. But right now, icons all over the shop are cheap. There may even be right now a better Schmeichel on the market than this one. I'm not going to go and buy it because I've got a lot already bought. But it's not about going, oh, I could have picked some up cheaper and things like that. There are times that are going to come, you're going to pick it up. All you need to worry about is picking up a good deal. It does not matter if later on one comes up at a cheaper deal. You can buy the other one if it comes up. Like, for example, 110, the same price as my one I just picked up. You can buy the 110 or whatever comes up at that point and go, okay, cool. That one's been bought up, I'm going to pick that one up. And it's not a problem. You can buy more of them if you see them coming. But it's about using Footbin and your own knowledge of the market to understand, okay, cool. This is where the market's at. This is where I'm at. But right now, I cannot stress this enough. Do not hold for longer than 24 to 48 hours max. Limit your risk as much as possible. Look at this Zola. So this Zola, we bought for 241 for this Zola. Now, I bought a little bit more on him because I know that he fluctuates quite well. I know that he can get up quite high at certain times. So again, my knowledge of that market comes into play and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm aware of what Zola can do, what Zola's mighty card can do. And so I bought it to a little bit higher. But I picked him up for 241. So look at his hourly graph for today so far. So 289, 279, 310, and around sort of 270 now recently. Yesterday his graph, 298. He pretty much held a solid sort of near 300,000 coins the whole time. Again, notice the trend that for a lot of these cards. Obviously you can't see it there, but look at Friday for example. The trend towards nighttime, cards start to rise in price. Yesterday, cards starts to rise in price. The overnight is where you really want to get a lot of your sales. We picked him up for 241 as you just saw. Again, for most of today, he's been in around sort of 300k. He'll start to level out now, dropping off to sort of 270. I've got him listed for 285 is my price on him at the moment. And if you want him, I'm pricing him at 285 because at the moment you've seen his average price at 270. Look at yesterday, 310. He rises up, so he jumps up about 25k. So I'm allowing myself the fact that his price today so far on average has been 270 and that he'll probably climb overnight. The only variable here maintains the fact that people will still be selling off their weekend league teams. So that's fine, not the end of the world, but that just means maybe I might not sell him overnight, but I might sell him tomorrow night. Again, I don't really want to hold these for longer than I need to. Am I going to get this price for them all the time, guaranteed? No, not necessarily, but I'm almost certainly going to make profit on them. Look at some more. So let's look at Luis Figo. This one was a risk I picked up today. But 440 on this Luis Figo is what I paid for him for a Prime Figo. Now I just got rid of my Figo because I didn't like him. I packed him from a Prime Icon pack and I was not a fan of him. Let me get him up on here. Luis Figo. At any point. So his price and standard market really has been 460 anyway. That's been his price as standard. Now if we go down to this again, I'm going to look at his hourlies. The daily on him I know roughly well enough, but his hourlies is what I'm going to look at. So 427, 435. So for today, he's been like in and around this all day. He's been around 440 all day. Yesterday, 460, bounced up again to 465. Friday, up and around sort of 510 at his peak before massively spiking to overnight to 500. Now, I look at that card and I picked him up as a risk. This one is one of my more risky ones that I've gone for. I'm bargaining on the fact that overnight, he gets up a little bit more. He's inflated at the moment. He's probably a little bit too high in my opinion. I don't think he's going to make what I want him to make. I'll make a profit on him. Almost certainly. It's whether or not I make much of a profit on him is another matter. But I picked him up. There aren't that many of him on the market right now, so I thought I'll go for him. Laudrup, 145 we picked him up for. Let's have a look at Laudrup. So this is Prime Laudrup's card. We picked him up for 145. Wait, wants to load. Footbin's been mad slow recently. Absolutely ridiculous. What's the hourlies on him? So if you look at his hourlies from today, sort of sat at 159, 157, spiked to 175, sort of came up again to 160, which is where he's sat at the moment. So I've got a 15 candle that. Yesterday, I look at him, 170 up to 198, drops off to 160 before plummeting down very quickly last night. He took a massive, massive hit last night before back rebounding it. Early hours this morning, he rebounded. I remember looking at him this morning and going, okay, cool, he's gone up. But again, 209, 155, back up to 185. He sees very big fluctuations, and that's why I don't mind. I know that about him. I don't mind picking him up at 145. I've got him listed for 170. I'm relatively confident he sells for 170 overnight. But again, even if I go and sell him for 160, I'm still looking at a sort of in the region of about 9,000 coins profit. It's not massive, but it's not that expensive a card. But we'll go through what we paid for these cards. This Hugo Sanchez was a bad buy, in my opinion. I'll probably make a loss on him. I literally was looking at the wrong price. As I was looking at the wrong cards, I did it, and I was like, it's an error. So this is the only one I made thing, and I don't hide my losses to you guys. I never have done it. I'm never ever going to hide my losses. Sometimes you'll make an error, and that's one thing I cannot stress it enough. Sometimes you make a mistake of buying a card. I had prices for these guys, and I was like, oh yeah, that's it. And it was the other one that I wanted. So I made an error. I was talking to my chat at the time, and it just was not the best idea. But even with him, now I've got him because I'm trying to get out of him to run the risk of not losing it. But today's price has been in and around sort of 180, 192. Earlier today he was a lot more expensive with Weekend League, 250. But yesterday's price was in around 218, up to about 216. So I may get lucky on him. If I don't sell him overnight, I may be able to list him next day and make some profit on him. But we paid 196 for him. But you get the idea of how icons work. I've shown you it now and how to look at them. But this is a run through what you paid for some of these cards. And we'll show you what we're sending them for tomorrow. But Hugo Sanchez we paid 196 for. Figo 440. Laudrup 145. Zola 241. Schmeichel 110. Vieri 83. I normally prefer him at sub 80, but he will sell for like 92 to 95. Kakari picked up for 270, and now I really like this as a buy. Again, he's another one that really, really fluctuates. Like, really, really fluctuates. It annoys me that someone's put a stupid bloody card on him, what they called. Attribute card on him. But he really fluctuates for Kakar. But I've traded with him a few times this year in terms of buying him. And I say a few times, a lot of times I've bought him. And I really like Kakar. He really does fluctuate quite a bit. But again, I bought 270 for him. I've currently got him listed for 315. Now it's ambitious, 315. Because the price today's been about 300k, but again, overnight I'm hoping for more. But yesterday, as well in Weekend League, he got up a size 4, I should be showing you this really. Got up a size 346, 315, 335. I have faith in trying to get 315 for him. But again, if I get 300k from him, it's 15,000 coins profit anyway. These are Sons that we picked up. We're not going to look at Sons right now. Okay, so Kakar just sold. Oh, it's just sold. The Kakar's already sold. I said I'm hoping of getting it for him. There you go. So straight away, 315. So we've made ourselves 30,000 coins profit off of him, which is really, really nice. I'm not too annoyed with that at all. We'll get rid of this Son for now. But yeah, there we go. 30,000 coins profit. Cards really sold. SCN I've already shown you. Picked up 2 more of those cards. Owen, what, 86,000 coins. Again, another one of those low tier icons. And this is where if you're new to trading with icons, this is where I'd see the best place to be in terms of trading with icons. The low end. Because these cards get listed all the time and listed quite cheap. So it's a really good place to start. Again, we picked him up for 86. He's currently 88 on the market, but I think he's gone up since then. That was an hour ago. And again, I'm just going to look at his hourly graphs again for today. He's been about 100k for most of the day. Dropped down a little bit to 88, which is where he's been for like 6 o'clock. But about 100k there. Yesterday, on him, massive fluctuations, up and down, up and down, up and down. Up to 97.5 there. So 86% for 100k, make ourselves 10k profit. It's easy enough. Well, around 10k profit before after tax. Some more cards here. Trezeguet we picked on for 81k. Rijkaard 110k. A little bit expensive on him, I'm not going to lie. And then the 2 SCNs we've got here. What I'm going to go do now, obviously, of course, the next sort of 24 hours is sell these cards. Once they are sold, I will come back to you with what we sold them for. They won't all sell for what I want to sell for. I always overlist on my first listing to see what I can get for them. I've got coins, I can afford to do that. For you guys that are new to it, I'd say just look to flip for some profit and start to learn. If they sell really quickly, you probably underlisted them. Learn those sort of things. But I'll be right back in literally 2 seconds time for you. What will probably be 24 hours time for me with what these icons are sold for. I will see you in 2 seconds time. Alright guys, so it is the next morning now. We've done really well on sales overnight. The Sanchez, like I said yesterday, wasn't a great buy. We got out of him at 200. I might have been able to get a bit more from him now that I know he sold overnight relatively easily. But we took a 5k hit on him because I bought him at the wrong price. My error. But like I say to you guys, I don't hide my errors. If I make an error, I make an error. But Kakar you saw sell yesterday for about 30,000 coins profit, give or take. And we sold 3 of those SCNs. Now, I honestly, if you guys are starting trading, he's a really good guy to start with. He fluctuates massively. The one we haven't sold yet of him, actually, is the one that we bought for 210. So we've actually made quite a bit of profit on these. So we bought one for 199, if I'm not mistaken. So he's about 30,000 coins on him profit. We bought one at 202 and one at 205. So we're looking at about 28,000 on one of them. And then, give or take, between the 3 of them, we're looking at about 30,000 coins profit each. Give or take, maybe slightly less than that. But you're looking at sort of, from these guys alone, around 110 to 120,000 coins profit we made overnight. Literally, it took me about, I don't know, half an hour to buy those cards. Rijkaard was sold for 125 after buying them for 110. which means we've seen, again, give or take about 8.5k profit off him, give or take off the top of my head. So 8,500 him, and we made about 7,000 Trezeguet. So all in all, we've made about 125 to 135,000 coins profit just on these icons, which is insane, which is incredible. I'm very, very happy with that. So now when I start grinding League SBC method, the first 2 batches are going to be free. Nearly first 3 batches of bronze cards that I do are going to be free. Now, Zola's is rising up slowly but surely. He's at 268 this morning. So that means that essentially he'll sell for 275 eventually. We load him a little bit. Schmeichel, I've got the cheapest one on the market now. He got up to 140 overnight. I don't know why he didn't sell. It's bizarre, but he got up to 140 overnight. It just didn't sell. SEN, the other one that's left over to 210. Still sending him for 240. Again, we'll see 18,000 coins from him. Owen Laudrup, Vieira and Figo. Figo's the only one that I'm worried about. All of these guys are sell for profit. They're all up at the moment, which is nice. Figo took a fat hit after Weekend League. He got down as low as 390 last night. He's bounced back to 420 this morning. But he's taken quite a fat hit. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to panic sell him and sell him for a loss. I'm going to keep sending him because I know into Weekend League he'll rise again. So he's one of those ones that I'm relatively happy to hold on to. Even if it means that I break even, I'm not going to take a loss on him. I have no reason to. But once we come to sell these guys, like all these guys left over here, Zola, we're looking at about 25,000 coins profit, give or take again. Schmeichel, we're looking at about, I don't know, 15,000 coins on him. We're looking at about, in total, maybe 200,000 coins profit across all the cards that we've bought. Now, that's for literally an hour's work. So if you've got these sort of coins, it's not hard work at all. But a lot of people say to me, oh, how much do you need to start trading with icons? And my mentality is, to inherently trade with icons, you need 2-3 million coins to do what I've done now. Go and buy loads, have some chilling there. I'm back to 2 million coins now on the account. I think as I've got 2 million coins on my account, but I've also got my team here. So I haven't got worried too much about waiting for anything else to be done. I saw a few of you, by the way, tell me that if I swap with Charlison and Dalglish, then Louise will be on full chem. Ter Stegen's only there as placeholder. Over Weekend League, I played that Schmeichel card, but not that specific one. But I played Schmeichel in goal, which just for now is what the team's going to look like, give or take, in the next couple of days. But it's not difficult with icon trading, and I think people put too much on it. If you're a website sub, if you're on FootTrading.co.uk, if you're on the website, I cannot stress this enough. The prices that I've sold these are on there. It tells you the prices to sell between. So it will say, for example, I don't know, SEN, it will say selling between 230 and 260. My sort of price I like sending for early in the week is about 240, late in the week 250, 260. It goes up and down as the week goes on, but the prices are updated on there. But if you can't afford the website sub, because some people can't, and we understand that, and that's why these videos exist and why the free guides exist, use Footbin. Get an idea of the average prices. Look at what they did overnight. Look at what they did at times. And then you'll know at 6 p.m, because 6 p.m 's the best time to buy into these cards. 6 p.m 's always the best time to buy into them. You'll see at 6 p.m, you might see an SCN at 210, you go, actually, number one, I've just seen Fuzz selling for 240 plus. So that's one thing. But I've also seen a Footbin that into Weekend League, he gets as high as 280, but during the week, he still gets to 240, 250 overnight. Overnight listing is the most important thing with this. But let's say you've got 500,000 coins in your club. If you want to start learning icons, start with these lower end cards. Start with like a Bright card, Trezeguet, a babies and mids that are quite cheap. Start with those. And you realistically, what you can do with that as well is you can go onto Footbin and you can straight away go on there, click on there and check and say, okay, cool, I know that Inzaghi sells for 90,000 coins and fluctuations or whatever it is. So if you see one come up at 70, 75,000 today, you can buy that because you know he's going to sell in fluctuations to 80,000 coins. The only risk you have with this, and it is a risk, and you have to understand that, is that with TOTW'S guarantees and stuff like that, the icon market usually does take a hit and drop off before bouncing back. Is whether it bounces back to the level it was before. We didn't think it would this weekend, but realistically it did. It did get quite close to where it was before, so that's not too bad at all. Icons will always hold a value in this game in terms of linking players, even at the lower end, because people think that people don't use Rijkaard and Trezeguet and things anymore, but people with not very many coins do use these cards. But there's a chance there for you to make a lot of coins. But that's icon trading in a nutshell, and I'm going to be bringing out more videos this week on icon trading and showing you guys what I've been buying and selling, so you guys can start getting a bit more of an idea of it. We're also going to be doing some special card trading to show you guys how I work out special card trading outside of the website. If you do want to sub to the website, it is £10 a month for prices on icons, special cards, and the silver cards. I cannot stress it enough right now. You're going to all mug me up for saying I cannot stress this enough, but silver card trading right now is incredible, absolutely incredible. On Thursday, if we know what league is coming on Thursday, which we're going to speak about on Thursday a bit more, if we know what league is coming on Thursday, buy into that league. Because as you've seen now, if we look at Mallorca, like I've shown you in yesterday evening's video, if you look at Real Mallorca players, they are absolutely ridiculous right now. If we go to La Liga Santander, RCD Mallorca, Silva, and defender. They are all up at 12,000 coins, and there's only 2 of them on the market. That's it. That's all there is. They've gone extinct exactly the same way that Norwich did, exactly the same way that 12,000 and 13,000. That's it. Enough of that done. Exactly the same way as Norwich did, Sheffield United did. So there will be some hype around these league sort of cards that come out. So I will go into detail on that on Thursday's video, so you guys get a proper idea of that without a doubt. But that is going to be the end of the video. If you are new around here, please do consider subscribing down below. You get trading videos like this absolutely every single day. But as I say, check me out on Twitch, all that good stuff. But for now, lads, I'm out. Peace out. I'll speak to you soon.